Okay. Hey guys. Lisa's kind of like fading in now because she has her head down. So thank you guys for joining us. I know we had our call last week on Wednesday, but guys, it actually is really kind of cool. I was talking about earlier today about how it's cool to have these calls on a regular basis and how our calls are growing in numbers. And look, we're going to do them if we have 5 people on because we think it's important that you have something that you're committed to. And even when you don't feel like it. And I actually was talking to Marcel this week about what I shared last week about, just the growth of all the elites that the new, and hey guys, if you're just coming on, if you can mute, that would be great. Let me mute everybody and then I'll unmute you guys if I need to. Marcel and I were talking about this, about how all the new Pro 7s, except for one, were from Building Depth. And that was super encouraging to Lisa and I, just because we know, and one of the things I wanted to share with you guys tonight about Building Depth is, as you guys start to go through this, I used to think that I was super excited about LifeVantage, and then I realized that there's people that left that just kind of their business wasn't growing, and now they've came back. I had 2 more that their upline quit, and they're getting ready to come back. They're actually looking for somebody to sign up underneath again. So it's life hits people, right? And this girl, I was telling Lisa about her story today about Sarah, and life hit her, and she's like, Michael, life hit me and changed me around. And she goes, but I never lost faith in what was going on. And I just wanted to share this with you guys today, because I've been invited. A couple other teams have asked me about our call and about being on our call, and I said, absolutely, you guys are more than welcome to join us. And you guys know that on Thursday nights now we're going to do a webinar, which was awesome. The other night I got massive feedback from people. I had other elites wanted to watch the recording and got some messages from people that watched the recording. And I thought it was pretty powerful. I actually went back and watched it myself. And that comes from practicing. So I would encourage you, if you're not practicing presenting, you need to be practicing presenting. And guys, a lot of you are exposing to people, but they're not following the system and getting people on third-party validations and getting people inside of Facebook Messenger, which is very, very important. So like I scheduled 2 times this week to go into Facebook Messenger and follow up with people that I was the third party for, because I've noticed a lot of people. So what I did is I reached out to people who used me as the third party, and I said, hey, have you followed up with, and then I listed all these people, right? And the answer was no for 90% of the people. So, and Lisa and I both can tell you, fortune's in the follow-up. We screwed up.
5 touches.
Well, we screwed up by somebody in one of our networking groups who says, hey, how come you guys never showed me? She joined another company and is crushing it. And the company's not that good. And I did research for the company. They're just not that good of a company. But she knows what she's doing because she's a leader. She knows how to follow systems. And so, do you want to go first? Do you want to go second?
No, okay. I'll go first to finish up from last week.
Okay, so what Lisa's going to do before, and I'll just prep you guys a little bit. There was different people that spoke at Elite Academy, and one specific person that she really related to. She took the slides and kind of made it so she could feel comfortable sharing with you guys today. And so she shared 3 of them last week. So she's going to do a little bit of a recap and then share the other 2. The other 2. So it's the 5 E's, right?
Yeah, of leadership.
Okay. Of leadership. So let me find those for her here. All right. Oh, no, that's not it. Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's not it. That's the picture that I took. All right. So there it is. Okay.
All right. So I'm not going to go through everything with, what's leadership and all of that, other than leadership is influence. And according to John C. Maxwell, the highest form of influence is moral authority. Your environment, which is a place where others are there with you. You follow the people that are ahead of you. You're continually challenged. Failure is not your enemy. So a safe environment and where people are growing. Equipping was the second one. Passing the baton, job security, the goal's not perfection, but action. Never do business alone. There is no entitlement, and there's no excuses either. Prepare people for their journey, for the noise, the obstacles, and the fears. Somebody made the comment about how, network marketing in this business is kind of like a roller coaster. You got your ups and downs. And she said to just strap down that bar tight and throw your arms up in the air and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, that was Jenny. And she also said that it was funny because you and I were sitting together when that, and one thing she said is, she said, never worry about who doesn't. Oh, Erica Dale said this. She said, I'm not worried about what if somebody says no, because I'm equipped to be able to deal with somebody telling me no.
Right. It's par for the course.
Yeah.
You're going to get no's. First stage of equipping was that the position gives you a platform. Adding value is the essence of equipping others. Share ideas, resources, tools. The second stage of equipping was the respect that gives you permission. People naturally follow leaders who are stronger than themselves. Your reputation for delivering results develops daily as you work. Inconsistent results is a loss of credibility. However, consistent results earns respect and gives you a voice. The third stage of equipping is the likability, which gives you then persuasiveness. As people get to know and like you, their desire to follow your direction grows. Showing genuine concern for your team's well-being and adding value when you can. Example is the third E that I covered, and that was the moral authority is influence. Your walk needs to talk louder than your talk. Everything you want your leaders to be must be modeled. So you've heard the expression, if the leader that you're looking for is the leader you first need to become.
That's good.
So always model, what you're looking for. Don't come and go in waves. A pint of example is worth a gallon of advice.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. I remember that part about that.
Expose your weaknesses. They already know them, so no need to pretend to be who you're not. If you're struggling with something, they already figured it out. Your transparency, your honesty is actually going to give yourself even more credibility and more likability.
Yes.
That's
why when you shared this with me, and guys, we'll share these slides with you if you'd like. I'll have Lisa put them in the LV Freedom Fighters. LVN is LVN. It's LVN. It is. I remember when she shared this with me. I went back and I thought about Marcel, because Marcel's been in the industry 20 some years, and it took him years and years and years to be successful. And he said it was because I followed other people who had duplicatable examples of what I needed to learn. So I just did what they did.
Exactly. You want something that somebody else has, you kind of got to do what somebody else is doing.
I hate to say that, but Fred Graves told me that from day one.
Ask yourself, do people say, I want to be like you? That's an amazing example of you setting a good example. You're great.
One of Lisa's greatest heroes is Michael Jordan. And I always think of, I want to be like Mike when they write about that.
Be inspired and be inspiring. Love what you do. Never stop learning and growing. Law of the lid. Dr. John C Maxwell.
Yeah.
Always doing the right thing, and put others at the top of your agenda. When your win is more important to you than somebody else's win, then you lose your team. So if our rank advancement is more important in the focus of instead of our team's wins and rank advancements, we're going to lose the team. So we have to focus on the team. Make sure the team is the one who's getting the rank advancements or getting the wins, because then in turn, we end up winning.
Yeah.
But when we're selfishly thinking about ourselves and wanting to, to get that next rank, so to speak, nobody wins, period.
Nobody wins.
The leader can never become cynical, can never complain downline, cannot lead with an attitude. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. That is something that I probably do to a fault. Giving too many people the benefit of the doubt.
Let me say this. A leader can never complain to your downline.
Right.
Guys, let me tell you something. I know people on this call right now that have had that happen. The only thing you can do is just learn from it and grow from it and not do it yourself. Because we've experienced it. We knew people that have done that. And we knew people that have came back now. And the reason they left in the initial thing was because that was happening in our groups. So just so you know, these things are not to judge you. They're to help you and encourage you. I'm glad I went back over them when Lisa shared them with me. Guys, if you're not learning, she can tell you. If you're not learning, you're basically dying.
Yeah. Learn and teach something every day. Okay, so now moving into the fourth E of leadership is expectation. What do you expect from yourself? What do you expect from others? Do you clearly have that in your mind and written down? Because if you can't articulate what exactly your desires are and you don't have them written down, goals that are not written are just wishes. And that's something else I want to kind of teach on next time.
Wow.
Disappointment is the gap between that expectation and reality. The longer you withhold expectations, the worse it becomes.
And whenever you do, Lisa taught me this. We've had these massive discussions recently about, guys, do you think that you can be educated too much? Yes. It goes back to what she just said. If you have education and all that you have is education without action, it pushes you backwards because Fred's on. We talked about this week in our accountability call. Guys, if you're not meeting with your accountability partner every week, you're doing yourself a dissatisfaction, right? Because you're never going to hold without accountability. 90% of you will fail because of that alone. So that's where the expectation comes.
Mm-hmm. And it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we. It's the organization, the team. The goal is more important than the role. Leave egos at the door. My husband has a 17-year-old that's going to be speaking at his men's conference in November. And he boasts about what he learned from a 17-year-old. Okay? So I'm using that as an example. Right. I'm using that as an example that if you're a Pro 7, a Pro 8, a Pro 9, or even a Pro 10, you can still be open, but you can learn from the Pro 4s, Pro 3s, Pro 5s. Don't be closed-minded. Don't be set off because, we can always learn and grow and teach one another, regardless of ranks or age.
One of the things that I've really learned from attending events, Lisa and I've never missed one event since we've been involved in LifeVantage. And one of the things that I've really learned is about how important it is to be in every single session, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about this on the way home this last time. And one of the things that was huge was that we have always set up in the front. And this time we didn't. Okay. So this time we sat back in the risers with our team. And you know what? You know what was really cool about it is that I learned more this time than I think I ever have. And it was because I was present in every single session. And Lisa can tell you, she took boatloads full of notes.
Yep.
Because she went there also with an expectation of learning and growing.
Of course. So leave the ego at the door. As a team, there'll be times where we don't necessarily like all the decisions that are made. But if I give it up because it's what's best for the team, people can agree to disagree, whether it's in network marketing, whether it's in families, whether it's in your jobs. We're not always going to be happy with decisions that are made. So that kind of, for me, goes back to leaving that ego at the door.
Yeah.
if it's the majority rules kind of a thing, we're going to have to kind of go with it. Leaders disappoint people at a rate that they can stand.
We were talking about this today. So I had a young gentleman that said to me when I was at an event in Salt Lake City, hey, you know, I want to ask you some questions about my faith. And he said, hey, if you ever feel like, you know, you want to encourage me or share something on your heart, I did that today and it didn't go well. And I realized that at some point, you're going to disappoint someone, and you're either going to stay attached to that or you're going to wash your hands with it and move on and not be worried about that. And I'll bring up Erica Dell again. I had the privilege of watching her do a Facebook Live this week that really just gave me some encouragement. You're constantly learning and growing. The number one thing about this business, that if you really want to grow, is the two things I've said from day one. Stay humble, stay teachable.
Yeah.
Stay humble,
marry
stay
the
teachable.
process, divorce the outcome.
100%.
All right. Expectation, growth is expected. Why? Because we grow. The only guarantee that we have a better future is that we're growing.
100%. If you're not growing, you're dying.
Whether it's personal or in the business, your team is growing, of course.
It's not about you.
Exactly. The only guarantee to have a better future is that you're growing today. The only way the organization has a better future is that we all grow together starting today. And growth compounds for massive success. We value people. That's the expectation. You know, I value people, you value people, we value people because people are valuable. Mm-hmm. You know, it goes back to what I said just a few minutes ago, that we can learn from everybody, regardless of age or rank. You won't misuse, manipulate, or abuse people that you value. You know, putting their needs first, being humble, like he said, value people even if it's not best for me. Even if there is no financial gain, provide value, because in the long run, they're going to respect you, they're going to love you, and they're going to remember that. And maybe, you never know, in the future, they may even come back to you and become a customer or whatever, you know. Every day a leader asks this question: how can I make my team better? Valuing the team. And when you value people and you add value to people, they become more valuable and the team becomes more valuable. It's a beautiful cycle. Expectation, be responsible every time. People want to be empowered, but we really talk about responsibility. If I empower you, that means I'm giving you ownership. If I give you ownership, that means you're responsible for it. You know, how is it put? Let me help you build your business.
Yes.
You know, I'm giving you've got the ownership of it. I'm empowering you, but I'm going to coach you. I'm going to help you along the way.
I'm going to walk alongside you. Guys, it's one of the things that I will say this. I have become a big fan of some new Pro 7s, Robin Summer-Smolik, who I just love. If you guys want to know who new leaders are, I'm going to have them on our call. Hopefully next Sunday. I sent her a message today. She said she thinks it'll work out. And it's because they're consistently helping the new person obtain goals. They're walking beside them. They're doing, and even people that come into that say no to them, they say, hey, like I said last week, they say, hey, do you know anybody that might want to do this? Do you have 5 friends? And then Rob goes and shares with the 5 friends. If any of them want to join, he goes back to the person that said, oh, I didn't have the money, or I didn't have the time. And then he shows them how he can help them get their money back. It's all about teaching people something, because somewhere in their journey, they've had a bad experience with network marketing. They had an expectation, which Lisa's talking about right now, and it didn't go the way they thought it was going. So now everything is bad. So that way, if you walk them through that process and show them that, hey, look, there's good and bad in everything. What we have is good.
Right.
So.
The expectation is when you succeed, you give the credit. You know, I was successful because the team was successful. It wasn't about me. It's about the team. They made me look good, okay? But when something fails, you take the blame. And that's pretty much standard in any business, to be honest. That's how it should be. We don't expect everyone on the team to be perfect or succeed all the time. But what we do expect and want is everyone on the team to be responsible. There's going to be some tough conversations sometimes. We've got relationships that are based on respect and trust. Then those quote unquote tough conversations are going to go a heck of a lot better. They use the example of marriage vows, when things are good, there's few problems, but when problems arise, we don't ignore them. We have to walk through them as leaders. Take a look and see what needs to be fixed. It's not who gets less problems, it's who works through the problems effectively. And then the last one was the emotional intelligence of a leader. Emotional intelligence is how you handle yourself in those quote unquote negative situations or those problems we're just referring to. Things are going to happen along the way. They're going to happen often, even in careers in network marketing. But how do you handle it? How do you handle the criticism? How do you handle that rejection or that no? How do you handle failure? How many times have people, gone up in rank and they've fallen back down? How do they handle that? Hopefully with grace. It's part of the learning curve, so to speak. How do you handle drama, noise, distractions? Are you feeding fuel to that fire? Or are you snuffing it out? What is your emotional capacity? Leadership is about taking responsibility and ownership, making those tough decisions. 8 things emotionally intelligent people do is 1, never waste time feeling sorry. 2, don't allow others to control the relationship or your business, right? Stay in control of your business.
Yeah, that's one of the building depth principles.
Exactly. 3, embrace changes and challenges. 4, don't waste energy on things that can't be controlled.
Yay! It's the biggest one, guys. So many of you waste energy on things that you can't control.
Yeah.
No one else, not your upline. You guys know, our check is not dependent on what Daniel Bernard does or Brandon Cunningham or any of those people. We allow them to either encourage us or distract us. And if they're not encouraging you, then you should encourage yourself. You have to step forward. It's your business.
Yep. Find people that can surround you to encourage you and help you. Number 5, don't worry about pleasing others. That goes right along with it. Take the calculated risks. Step out on that limb. Ask people to join your team. Whatever it might be. Don't make the same mistake over and over and over again, and don't expect immediate results. The thing on that is when change is implemented, it's not going to happen. The new results aren't going to happen overnight. From my understanding, it's actually 90 days. When you make a new change on something, it's 90 days for the change to fully take effect. So John Quincy Adams, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. All righty. So let's, screen sharing stopped. Perfect. Stop that video.
Okay,
Awesome.
So guys, I want to share this with you guys. Okay. All right.
You gotta get close.
All right.
Close.
I don't know why.
Closer.
It's not working.
Right there.
Okay. Enroll for Cancun, guys. You got to do it before the 1st of the month. Guys, step out on a limb and do it. It'll make you work harder. Look, you guys know our situation. Lisa and I did it, and we probably couldn't afford to do it because of what happened, because we're putting on the live event. You guys know we had to fire a CEO and almost bankrupted us. Look, a lot of we could have said no. A lot of you could say no. But if you say no, your team's going to say no. If you don't do it, your team's not going to do it. Everybody's going to watch what you do. So Lisa told you last week, for it to be an all-inclusive LifeVantage whole resort, we have to sell it out by the 1st of August, okay? Or they have to release rooms to other people. They do not want that to happen. Trust me. Guys, and there is nowhere where you can go to someplace like Half Moon Bay and have an all-inclusive with food and drink. You can have sessions that you can go to if you don't want to. It's 4 days. I told Lisa, I want to pay and stay 2 more days. So you know what? It's driving me to build our business. It's driving me. I'm doing 3 to 5 presentations almost every day. Because no, I don't work on Sundays, but I got three presentations planned for tomorrow. You know, so I want to talk a little bit tonight about, and I'm gonna put the link in. Hold on one second. Let me stop this for just 1 second. You guys are gonna see my video go away because I want to share something with you guys. Let me pull this up here so you guys are gonna be able to see this. Okay. Awesome. Good job, Lisa. Okay, so I am going to put the link for this John Maxwell training that I'm about to share with you guys in the chat. All right. So copying, I'm going to put this in the chat, you guys, so that you'll have it. All right, here we go. All right, paste. Now, this is how you'll have access to a sneak preview of the training. Just put your email address in there. It's going to happen Tuesday night at 7. Okay, you'll get all the pre-launch stuff. This is John's brand new book. Okay, you'll go here. You'll put this, you'll get in, you can click on get instant access. You'll put your email address in there, and then it'll take you to the next page, which is I'm going to show you where this is. You'll get a dashboard. You can see I did the 15 laws of growth with John back when he came out with that for LifeVantage. And then this is the access pass to the power of 5 for network marketing. John has decided, and I'm supposed to find out tomorrow. I think I'm going to be able to go on Tuesday to Atlanta to be a part of this. My good friend Jenny Crane had told me about it, and I just said, I guess I had not seen. Iris said I got an email, but I hadn't seen some of the emails. So you can see this. John is very much, guys, and go through some of this stuff. Like when you click on, you must get a virtual pass, which you'll get by clicking on and going through this. You guys can see. It's very much like what we did. John looks kind of cool. He's lost a bunch of weight. It's cutting down the tree is the first session, right? And then you click next, and it goes on what it teaches us, the power of 5, and then growth matters. Okay, so this is a constant. This is a great teaching because I watched a little bit of the stuff today, guys. This is stuff that you can teach with the brand spanking new distributor. One of the things I like about LV coaching, everybody commented on my hat when we were at Elite Academy. I know a lot of you guys can't see it because I turned my, let me turn my camera back on. You guys couldn't see my hat because Rye made these hats. Guys, this stuff with John's leadership development training on this new book, it hasn't even, you can't find it anywhere, right? And by doing this, you'll be able to buy them in bulk. I'm going to buy about 15 or 20 of them, okay? Because I want to give them out on these calls to our team. So you'll be able to get access to all of this on Tuesday night. So download the information and then start going through it, guys. Start listening to this, okay? Start actively doing a little bit of this training every single day. And then what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start teaching a little bit of this every single week. What? So I'm going to start teaching a little bit of this every single week. So I will teach the very first session. I will have the PDF. You guys remember, I went over every single 15 law of growth on our team leadership call. And what will be good about for you guys is that you're going to see massive growth in personal development and in your LifeVantage business. I promise you. Lisa can tell you, we had massive growth from the 15 laws of growth when we did it, right? And it became the first law of intentionality became my staple for me building and growing my business and all of my business. And if you guys know, I'm on day 41 of 90 days of no sugar, no alcohol, cold showers, a whole bunch of stuff, a gallon of water a day, 75 minutes of exercise. How you doing? A lot of good things about this is that, yeah, absolutely. We're going to do that, Chris. Help build some more strength and work on self-development. Yes. And I was going to get there, Chris. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of the leaders in our organization. It's really cool to have Laura Lee and some of the people from her group on here tonight. She's going to be joining our calls and stuff. And so is Arlen. Wyatt is going to be joining, and her group is going to start joining too. So we're going to have a lot of other groups that are going to start joining our team because they want to create unity with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick several people to help us, do this and learn and grow and teach. Okay. So what we'll end up doing is we'll teach a little bit of this together with some of our leaders like Chris and Linda and Ben and Q and some of the other people. And I had a lot of people this week text us and say that they were ready to dive back in. So, do me a favor, guys, go to that link that I put in the chat box and register for the event on Tuesday, okay? I think you're going to get an email. You'll be able to watch it live on Tuesday night at 7 Eastern time. At Laura Lee just registered. It's going to be awesome. Congratulations. Cool. So, and honey, you have something, right? Oh, yeah. Lisa wants to go over. Okay, so what we're doing is with Building Depth and with Marcel. Marcel decided for us to do a book of the month, and we're going to do the book by Brian Tracy, who was the keynote speaker. Guys, Brian was told not to travel for 3 weeks, okay? And he said he doesn't know how he made it there, but only by the grace of God. And he'd had some surgery. He was on a walker, poor guy, and he made it there. And guys, it was dynamic. I'll just tell you this. Everybody on my team just could not believe the power of what Brian Tracy taught. And so Lisa's going to show you that. So Lori already got her book, So here's what we're going to do.
Yep, so did Julia. Awesome.
Yeah, and it's so good. See, Julia just said, I got the book and already started to read it. So what Lisa's going to tell you a little bit about
Ivy too.
About what Marcel did, right? He said he's going to have a call with it every week.
Mm-hmm.
And there's go ahead. I'll let Lisa.
First of all, it's the book Goals by Brian Tracy. And Marcel's kind of doing it as like, a book club thing.
Yeah. The
first chapter is quote unquote due by August 8th with, whatever speaks to you that you highlight. I got the Kindle version. I've highlighted it in Kindle. You can even write notes. There it is. Whoops, wait, I just had it.
Oh, let me get rid of that.
Yeah. You'll have to go back to settings.
All right, hold on a second, guys.
We're going to take away this virtual backdrop for a moment.
No, we can't.
All right.
Because you'd have to go out and then come back in.
All right.
Oh, and Destiny said, David has the book. We have our book and read the first chapter 3 times. Got the Audible and I cannot stop. I tried to just do the first chapter. You let it resonate. Nope. Love that book. Good job, Destiny.
Yeah.
I recorded all of his speech in Kansas City. Going to go back and just dissect it. So many golden nuggets.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that'll come with the book. The book that's what he taught on. So,
so even on Kindle, you can highlight on Kindle. You can write notes for, a section. And that's what I did. I highlighted and I put notes.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, but I need it up high. There. So you can see where it's pink is what I highlighted. And then I can tap on my thing. And you can see I've got a little bit of a note right there.
You can take notes.
Yay.
Awesome.
I said, this is huge and hard to do for what I highlighted.
Julie said that she wants to know what the name of the book is.
Goals.
Yeah, Goals.
Here.
Goals.
Brian Tracy, second edition, world's bestseller book on goals, how to get everything you want faster than you thought possible.
There you go. Put your thumb on.
My thumb is off. It's the picture.
Oh, you turned your thumb.
It wasn't my thumb. Marcel took the picture. It's on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Marcel, I actually remember him saying that now. I told him to take his thumb off the thing.
Yeah.
Goals. Thanks. Yes, Julie.
So,
awesome.
And then that call's going to be at 9 o'clock Mountain Time for anybody who wants to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Guys, so here's a couple things that you can do. You can never do enough investing in yourself. I'll just tell you this. I'm super excited about this book that Dr. Maxwell is writing. I've heard so much from the leadership of people that have told me, like Jenny Crane and I were talking about it today. I'm hoping to have Jenny on. She's going to be in Atlanta this week. I'm hoping to have her on the call next week. If I'll not have her next week, I'll have her the following Sunday. I don't know if you guys heard her, those of you that heard Jenny speak at Elite Academy, but she killed it. Like, literally, it was one of the best. I told her, I said, like just really somebody who'd never done network marketing before. She's married to Carrie Dickey's brother, and she just stepped into leadership role, and she taught about leadership. And so, yeah, that's good. So you want also, you want to make sure that you register, guys, for Cancun. If you have not registered, please register.
And don't forget about Long Beach for October, and building depth in September in St. George. I know Fred and Beth are going. I'm so excited about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of new people going. And I know that a lot of you have not been. If you haven't been, you need to go. And one of the things I wanted to share with you guys is that the consistency of action will only come when you follow the system. You can take action, and action can be sitting down, sharing with people. But if you don't get that person on a third-party validation call, I shared this, and then I got to see her walk across the stage as a new Pro 6 when she was a Pro 3 back when we talked about this. It's like, Michael, I've got to start doing 3-ways. I said, I promise you, in the next 2 years, if you do 3-ways, you'll be a Pro 5 or a Pro 6. Started doing it, and boom. So Destiny said, the guys, yes, the building depth calls are the first and third Tuesdays of the month. The information for those calls are in our Freedom Fighters page. You want to join Freedom Fighters? It's LVN Freedom Fighters on Facebook. We put everything in there. Also, guys, you should look at my. Yes, it will be Destiny. Guys, I'm telling you, go into our biohacking product and insight group on biohacking product and insight group, and look at some of the videos that we recorded from Elite Academy. The science seminars and all that stuff, we're going to start putting all that stuff in there. It was out of this world, right? So, you have anything else you want to share?
I don't think I got time to do the thing on goal setting.
Okay, guys, does anybody have a question or a comment? I know that some of you did not get to share last week, maybe a takeaway or two, or maybe somebody who's actually been reading the book wants to share a takeaway or something that they've taken that kind of spoke to them. I know Destiny said she's been reading it and listening to it. Does anybody want to make a comment or just kind of encourage people to get the book and what you've experienced with it already? Destiny, do you want to unmute yourself since you've read the first chapter 3 times?
Sure.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Well, one of the main things is that it talks about successful people, what they think about, and they think about what they want, and unsuccessful people think about what they don't want. And so I've been doing this little experiment within my household, trying to get people to dream. And I successfully did that with my boyfriend. The first time I did it, I said, you know, where can you see yourself in 5 years? And it was just, I don't want this, I don't want that. And I said, oh God, here we go, unsuccessful. But when we did it again, I have 3 pages of what his heart's desires are. So, so
Mindset change, right?
yeah, just trying to I'm trying to think like that now, because I am very much, oh, I don't want this in my life, I don't want that. And when you really think about, that's what we think about, that's what we become. And so that's just really hit hard with me, and I'm trying to focus on that a lot. Y'all should get the book for sure.
Awesome. Anybody else comment or something they want to share before we go? Don't be shy.
Hey, Michael, it's Dave.
Hey, Dave.
I know this is going to sound really crazy, guys, but it just rocked my world. Sometimes we just need a word of encouragement. So it goes on page 10, and it talks about a homing pigeon. So if you know about homing pigeons,
Yeah.
you take it thousands of miles away, it'll go up in the air, circle around 3 times, and go in exactly home. And did you know this, that no other creature on Earth has this incredible cybernetic goal-seeking function except for you? Amen. How's that for a good one?
I love
That is
it.
good.
I love it. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, sometimes we get down, and boy, if that don't pick you up and excite you, either that or I'm just crazy. But you knew that.
No, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? Anybody else got a comment? We're getting some encouragement down here.
Okay, me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the part of the, well, everything's so good.
Who said, hey, me? Who is that?
Julia, you know me.
You know me.
In page 14 in the book, it said, your inborn potential is extraordinary. You have within you right now the ability to achieve almost any goal that you can set for yourself. A lot of us, and I speak for myself, we have been looking back to our life. Oh, I haven't done this because of this, excusing myself, the way that I grew up, the way that things happen in my childhood, that I don't speak a good English. So I said, stop, no more. No more excuses. And at first I need to realize who I really am, love myself, like myself, and go from there.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And you don't speak good English, Julia?
I don't think that I speak a good English, but I try.
No, I was just encouraging you to let you know that I don't even recognize it anymore. So, and you're getting a lot of good comments down here. I think she did just fine too. Anybody else? 1 or 2 more people want to make a comment or maybe a takeaway? Some of you guys weren't on last week that went to Elite Academy. Anybody wanted just 2-3 minutes, 1 or 2 takeaways, maybe something you've came back and implemented? Guys, we need you guys. You have like 3 more days this month. I'll tell you what I'll do. If anybody gets the 5 signups and gets the $250, I'll match it. So if you can sign up 5 people in my team by the end of the month, which would get you that extra Pro 3 leg, I'll match it. So just
Yeah.
Is that Q? Is that you?
Yep.
It is I.
Hey, before you say something, I haven't seen any lives on that page yet.
I have fallen short of the glory.
Yes,
but
you
I
have.
Dreamed.
All right, I'm gonna
We
text
gotta go live, Q. It's time.
Exactly.
Interviewing
Hey,
Ben.
you got Dr. Ivy on here. You got so many people on here you could go live with. It's not even funny.
I want to set up lives with them all.
Yes.
But,
All right.
I wanted to give a recap of KC, man. So I thought I made a decision. I thought I was all in, but last weekend, pretty much I'm all in now. It was reinvigorating. It was like I don't know. Like I said, I thought I was all in. I thought I was locked in. But then after coming from this weekend, I was like, no, now I'm in. Like, I don't know. It was just something. I remember listening to Eric Worre. He was saying in like his third or fourth year of network marketing, he thought he was doing this. He had seen some success. He had dropped off. And he said around one of those years, he said that's when he realized that he wasn't in, and then he made the decision. So it was the decision. And I've just been just talking to Dr. J and Ben, and created a little group in Messenger, man, intentional, and it's just a sense of, I guess you could say, urgency.
Good.
But
Let me ask you
really
something,
like
Q.
passion, urgency. What's that?
Number one, did you write it down?
I never leave fortune to memory.
Good. And number two, how about scheduling it on your calendar?
Yeah, schedule some of these live.
Yes.
That's what really needs to happen.
Yep.
Me scheduling lives instead of me saying like, okay, Wednesday I'm gonna reach out to this person and see if I can set something up for Thursday. No, I realized the more stuff that I put in my calendar, my Google Calendar, and it like notifies me.
Yep.
That's the stuff that's the times where I make those appointments and I make it happen. So like tonight, I honestly probably would have been late to the call. I had my Google Calendar not notified me you got a call, and Mike sent a message too, but that did it more than the Google Calendar this time. But yeah, I noticed that when I schedule things, I'm more apt to do it or put it in my reminders on my phone. So that's what I've been doing.
And the only thing, and I'll comment on what Q said. The only thing that holds you back, there you go.
That's accountability, Chris.
Yeah, right
I
there.
love it.
If he fails to schedule, I will put something in the Toledo Blade that will embarrass the heck out of him. I love it. And you know what? So a lot of people will say that they're going to do something, and then they don't do it. And that's why one of the biggest things inside of the building depth workbook, when you fill out this workbook, you can't see it. The building depth workbook is always doing what you say you're going to do, especially when you don't want, or even when you don't feel like it,
Yep.
or when you've been told no. Stay in control of your business. Lead by example. Guys, you can't hear somebody tell you, like, let me give you one prime example of something really quick. So James Hyden and I are out playing golf, and I have my Thrive hat on. Now, you guys know Thrive is not a network marketing company, but there's a product in network marketing that has Thrive on it. James erased in a picture my Thrive app, and I asked him, I said, hey, James, why'd you do that? And he said, because I don't want anybody, I want to be able to let the people know myself what I'm involved in. So if you're blasting all over Facebook, you have completely created no curiosity for people. There's a reason why, and I said this last week, that Erica Dale has signed up, 40 of the 50 people she's enrolled, she didn't know. She met them all on social media. Same thing with Marilee Merchis and Kim Kabinski and Shauna Muckalo. They all spoke at Elite Academy, and they crushed it. Why? Because now...
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead.
It's funny you bringing that up. I was talking to Mama Huey. I don't know if she told you or not. But on that note, like I had a woman. She's very successful in Plexus. She messaged me the last week and was like, I had no idea you were doing network marketing. Well, we were having a conversation, and I was like, that's what us network marketers do. She was like, wait, you're in network marketing? I'm like, yeah, we've been talking for like 5-6 months. You haven't noticed? And she was like, oh, she's like, I thought you were just a positive guy and just like to read and watch inspirational mentors. And then one guy, he's actually in your Hefluence group. He was talking to me like, he was like, yeah, man, I joined Hefluence. You know about that? And I chuckled a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I know all about that. I said, the guy that runs it is the guy that got me into the business. And he was like, no way. You talking about Mike? I was like, yeah, you want to talk to him? He was like, you can really let me talk to Mike? And I'm like, yeah, I talk to Mike like.
I'm on there every day. I'm on that Brook at Live every day, so he could anytime he wants, he could say. And guys, read in the comments. Laura Lee, who is a Pro 8 in this company, you know, is that's for you. No. Oh, Lisa. Okay. And you know, look at those two people, Lisa and Laura Lee both, right? Never knew any of their team before network marketing. You know, now they're in that enrollment mode and enrolling people. And I told Laura Lee, she can be a Pro 9, you know, simple and easy, massive action. And I totally believe that she'll do that. That's why we've made goals and written them down so that we can massively focus on that. So I hope this helped you guys tonight. I hope it encouraged you guys. I'm super encouraged. Is there anything that, Chris, you guys, anybody else got anything they want to share real quick? 2 minutes. Laura Lee, do you want to share something? I know you've been muted for a while.
You're welcome.
Hey guys.
Thank you.
I don't have a whole lot to share. I wasn't expecting to say anything, but
It's all right. Yes.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just go off of getting in that drive and like I didn't catch his name, but the last guy that was speaking, who was that? Sorry.
Q.
Q. Oh, I remember him from the last call actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. When just exactly all that, you guys got to just get in there and dig and I'm an elite Pro 8, but I have been there where I was all in. Actually, you know what? I'm an elite Pro 8, guys, and I think just now I'm in. I don't think I was all in at the start. And that just goes to show you how much we can do and how much more we're capable of. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. So just never tell yourself that you're done or that you can't, because we have so much more to give if we want it.
Thank you. And guys, you know what's really cool about that? Just to hear how I said this in a small group meeting. I'll finish with this, then we'll let you guys go. I said this in a small group meeting that Daniel had, and Daniel got a little emotional. And I said, look, you know what's really cool about this business is that I learned a lot from my mentor in the very beginning. And the one person that never that never gave up on me was Marcel and Tyler and Blue. Those three guys. The consistency leader of the three top guys in this company. I just heard Mark Shinsato is coming to Building Depth this month. And you know what? Guys, you know how I learned how to use a tear-off sheet? From Mark Shinsato. He always used to carry it in his pocket. Seth Moore.
You're right.
Carry it in his pocket all the time because it was simple. He could pull it out. Like I said to you, the Amy Holmwood, Lisa and I ran into Amy Holmwood in our hotel, and she's like, guys, the people in China and Thailand and Hong Kong are eating up the tear-off sheets like crazy. They had them printed in their language and stuff. It's absolutely amazing. So it's consistent, guys. It's consistent. There's no video of the month. I saw another one on one of our team pages, another video now. Guys, it's duplication. Dean Pellegrin, who's a Pro 6 in Louisiana, said to me, he said, Mike, you know one of the reasons why I was successful in Amway? I said, what? He said, because it was a consistent message that never changed and everybody was able to duplicate it. Guys, change killed us in our business. It took away Pro 6s and Pro 5s away from this business and into other things that those people actually have jobs now. You know, I have retired people that actually are back having jobs. So we know that that's what happens, but we just are so encouraged that we get to do this with you guys. So, Laura Lee, everybody,
Thanks
Q,
for joining us.
thanks for everybody for joining us. You guys are welcome. I'll see you next Sunday. Remember, Thursday night, invite people, guys. Don't come on that webinar on Thursday night without a guest. Use it as, go back through all of your follow-up. I can guarantee you can get 2 to 3 people on that webinar on Thursday night at 9 o'clock, right? That will just love what they're going to hear. They're going to love the information. You can prep me up, and it's going to be awesome. So next, same link that you're on right now, Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Love you guys. Have an amazing week. Guys, finish the month strong. Got 3 days left. Remember, I told you if anybody gets 5 signups, you get $250. I'll match the $250. You'll get
Platinum packs.
Yep, you get 5,000 in volume. You get $250 from the company, and I'll give you $250 also. All right, bye guys.
Good night.